Ay. No, don't do that. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Chidarin. Oh yeah, yeah, we left off with the captain here.
どうぞ、お足元にお気をつけになって。
And I accidentally disabled the streamer mode on Discord, and my Discord is doing things. Give me a second. Why did I do that? Enabled. There we are. There we go. More answers incoming. Hey, Pancho. Hey, Bear. Alright, we're good, we're good. Let's go. Captain Kawabata, there we go. I had forgotten his name. So many names. Everything is good. My mic level is good. I'm assuming you would tell me if it wasn't. So, yeah. Hey, Patch. Yeah. Let go. Oh, thank you for the BTs. Hey, hey.
ありがとう、船長さん。お体、本当に大事になさってね。
Yes, I am. I am. I was really debating if I should do just one more restart of the PC right before stream. Just, you know. And I was like, no, it should be fine because I restarted earlier in the day. But it wasn't as close to stream as I would have liked it to be. Who knows what could have happened between that moment and this moment. Anyway, if we're good, we're good.
わしの友人にな、肩こりによく効くっちゅうのを商ってるのがおるんや。
Oh, great for stiff shoulders.
次の時、試供品もらってくるで。
Okay.
いえいえ、お気遣いをありがとうございます。
Haha, the wink. So cute.
ほら、ガキども。いつまではしゃぎ回ってやがる。とっとと降りろい。
ほら、マリア。ママと一緒にお船を降りましょうね。
Maria, who Rosa led by the hand, was still too young for kindergarten. However, she seemed to notice that her cousins, whom she rarely ever saw, were playing all around her, and she was very excited. Right. Battler and George had the energy of middle school, or nearly middle school kids. Okay, so that places it's more or less in time. Okay. These two, along with Jessica, who had met up with them on Nijima, were making a lot of noise on the deck.
Asum, 大丈夫か?
Ooh.
お前は本当に乗り物がダメだな。
Did we get to see her? Or is it just like a name? Rudolph lent an arm to his wife, Asmu.
ようこそ、六軒
I
島へ。
guess we don't.
長旅を大変お疲れ様でございました。
The whole family had gathered for the conference. At this point in time, Rudolph's wife was still Asmu, and Enge hadn't been born. Goda and Kanon hadn't yet been employed by the Ushiromiya family. And the witch's epitaph, which would toy with the family's fate, hadn't appeared yet. They probably couldn't even imagine the bizarre crime that awaited them several years in the future. Hey, Moth-chan, how's it going?
旦那様、奥様、親族の方々がご到着なさいました。
では、私は親父殿に声をかけてくるとしよう。
お願いします。私は皆様方をお迎えします。あ、シャノンこの窓枠を掃除したのは誰ですか？まだ埃があるではありませんか。大急ぎで拭きなさい。
かしこまりました、奥様。
Oh, come on, Natsuhi is making her work so hard again. Just what good does she find in such a fussy, ulcer-inducing life? Who is the narrator here? I wanted to know. Okay. Ah, okay. Ulcer-inducing life. Shannon, what is it that you found? And what did you mean when you said I already knew what I was missing. Shannon, is this something I must learn by learning about you?
親族会議の日の六軒島は普段と何が違うのだろう。
それは絶対賑やかさ。これだけの子供が集まることはないものね。
大人たちにとっては緊張感を強いられる日だったろうけれど、僕たち子供にとっては仲良しのいとこたちと一度に会える素敵な日だったね。
夏はいとこたちで海ではしゃいだし、冬は冬でいろいろゲームをして遊んだっけ。
We get a little smidge of Battler. The one I can barely see it. I have to use a microscope to see it. Okay.
俺たちにとっては親族会議ってのは楽しいもんだったぜ。
I miss him.
それは私もだぜ。母さんなんかは粗相があってはダメとかうるさかったけど、私にとってもいとこみんなで遊べる楽しい日だった。何しろ普段の六軒島には何もねえんだから。
すげえお屋敷に住んでたり、プライベートビーチがあったり、ガキの頃は羨ましいと思ってたけど、ジェシカの身になって考えるとさぞや窮屈だったと思うぜ。
だろうね。六軒島には本当に何もない。友達の家もお隣もご近所もない。ジェシカちゃんの気持ちを考えると少し気の毒に思うよ。
だから私にとっては親族会議の日は本当に特別な日。はしゃいでふざけて、まるでお祭りの日みたいな気持ちだった。徹底的に悪ふざけの限りを尽くしたぜ。
大人たちは小難しい話ばかりで、あっちで遊んでなさいってことになったなら。
年の近いいとこたちが3人。はしゃぎ回らないわけがない。
いいや、3人じゃない。4人だったよ。
エンジェは生まれてないし、マリアはまだ一緒に遊べるような年じゃないわ。
違うよ、フルフル。年が近いのはいとこだけじゃないよ。
Yep.
シャノンちゃんだよ。彼女も俺らと同じくらいの年だったからな。
Of course she was.
母さんが使用人のことは話すなとうるさかったけれど、私とシャノンは少しずつ交流を深めていったよ。
Exactly 1 year older than you, or like not exactly, but around.
六軒島で最も年が近い唯一の女の子だったんだから。
僕たちとシャノンの4人は仲良しだったんだ。親族会議の時はいつも楽しく遊んでいたよ。ね、シャノン。
はい。奥様に知られればお叱りを受けることと分かってはおりましたが。
叱らせなんかしねえぜ。シャノンはずっと私の気持ちを唯一理解してくれる親友だったぜ。
ありがとうございます、お嬢様。
I could not hide my shock. How had she formed a relationship with the children of the family despite being only a servant? Natsuhi had probably been very careful to prevent such a relationship. However, it's no surprise that Jessica, all alone on this island, would want to be friends with a kid of her own age. And Shannon was also alone on this island without any friends her age. Though they both understood their relationship as master and servant, they somehow managed to strike up a friendship. Yeah, kids will do that. That's... yeah. Kids kind of like, there's this magnetism about them. If they're in a large gathering of people and they find someone their age or around their age very similar, they're like, yeah, you and I, we're gonna play now. Okay, now we're friends. It's so sweet. So innocent. Yeah. No matter how many rules you put in place, I can see that. I can see that kids would still do that because it's just what comes naturally. Then at the family conference, Jessica had introduced Shannon to George and Battler. All of the adults had their hands full with their complicated discussions in the mansion. During that time, Shannon was able to put aside her role as a servant for a little bit and act her age with Jessica, George, and Battler. I had no idea that Shannon had constructed this new world so quickly. As a butterfly hiding in the shadows, I observed this new world of Shannon's. Amen.
あの日も僕らはバラ庭園を、そして浜辺を駆け回ったよ。
ただ駆け回ってふざけ合うだけが最高に楽しかったな。
だな。この時ばかりはシャノンちゃんも年相応の笑顔を見せてくれたぜ。
ちょっとはしゃぎすぎてたかもです。お恥ずかしい。
今でこそバトラも立派な身長だけど、当時は私やシャノンの方が背が高いし力も強かったっけ。
当時の俺は成長がちょいと遅かったからな。
成長が遅い方の方が背は伸びると聞いたことがあります。
そうだろうな。シャノンちゃんの胸もあの頃は全然こんなじゃなかったもんな。
There it is, of course, of course. At least this provides a bit of comic relief to dispel the tension. I welcome it. I miss you, Battler.
そんなことはないよ。
Worst friend. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not. I don't like looking at it.
シャノンだってあの頃からもう女性の魅力を持ち始めてたよ。ね
え。どうでしょう。
女性の魅力ってなんだよ。やらしい。
Yeah, episode 1 Battler returns. uh.
いやー、あの頃はまだ俺も可愛かったな。夏服の肩からちらりと見える紐に青い春の稲妻を感じたもんだぜ。
What am I reading?
ジョージの兄貴と一緒にシャノンちゃんの胸はいくつくらいか夜にこそこそと話し合ったのが懐かしいぜ。
そうなんですか、ジョージ様。
Yeah, boys will talk that.
おそらくは大いに誤解のある話だと思うよ。僕は男女の成長の違いについて人生の先輩として講義をした記憶はあっても。
Alright, so it was an anatomy lesson.
いとこ同士での夜のワイダンはむしろ健全な発育の証であって、その
I mean, I guess in some ways, dirty talk between two boys is also a sign of a healthy growth. Because it's just gonna happen, right? At that age, puberty hits, curiosity strikes, you're gonna talk about it. I hate those stages, let's see. But since I wasn't here last Thursday, I want to mention that the scene where Yasu shows off they haven't lost their keys is my favorite scene in the VN. Aww. Aww, I see.
いやー、みんなでいとこ部屋で深夜になるまでそういう話をしてたっけな。隣のクラスの誰々がキスをしたらしいとか、サマーキャンプで素敵だなと思ってたこと手をつなげちゃったとか、誰々は自分に気がありそうでとかなんとか。いやー、なんか恥ずかしくて全身が痒くなってきたぜ。
いいじゃないか。それもまた青春の甘酸っぱい1ページ。
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with that statement.
男女を意識し合うところから一番最初のピュアな恋が生まれるの。
ただ男女で一緒にいたいだけというとてもそれでいて高潔な最初の恋。
素敵だわ。年頃の少年少女たちが愛の世界を思い浮かべながら語り合う。そんなこともありましたでしょうか。
何をとぼけてるんだか。 耳まで真っ赤になりながらもシャノンちゃんが一番興味津々って感じだったじゃねえかよ。興
味津々なんてことはありませんでした。私は皆さんよくいろいろなことをご存知だなと。
シャノンが一番かまととぶってて、そのくせ興味津々だった。一番むっつりスケベだった。
そんなことありません。そんなことありません。お嬢様嫌い
です。そう、いつもこんな感じ。昼は子供らしくはしゃぎ合い、夜は枕を寄せて秘密の話に花を咲かせた。それら全部をひっくるめてどれも懐かしいね。
エッチな話をひそひそして親の足音が近づいてきたらガバッと布団に潜って寝たふりしたりとかあったな。
あったあった、修学旅行かっつーの。
全員同時にガバッと隠れる感じ、暗黙のルールみたいな感じというか、妙な連帯感というか、あの感じがすごい好きでした。
ま、とにかく。
I wish I could just get lost in the slice of life component of the scene and just be merrily giggling at a bunch of a bit older teenagers reminiscing about their earlier teenage years. Except for George, who I think is past 20. I forget their exact ages. But anyway, you know what I mean. I wish I could just get lost in that. I wish it was just that, and that's it. But we're past the point of no return, I suppose.
そういう話だけじゃなかったよ。他にもいろいろあった。僕たちはまさに青春を謳歌し合っていたよ。
これは何だというのか。
Shannon, is this that fun thing of the human world? Is this incomprehensible messing around the thing that you found?
子供同士が群れてバカバカしい遊びに熱中し、くだらぬ話題で盛り上がる。これがそなたの見つけた魔女の閲楽にも勝る人間の閲楽だというのか。
はい、あなたにはこれが楽しくは見えませんか？
退屈とは言わぬ。だがこの低俗なはしゃぎ合いが全ての望みを叶えられるわらわの理想郷よりも勝るとは解せぬ。
人と触れ合うことはとても楽しいことなんです。もちろんあなたの世界も楽しいものだと思います。それでも私はこちらを選びます。
わからぬ。わからぬ。
Beatrice held her head as though she was having a headache. But no matter how much she grimaced, she couldn't think of an answer.
教えよ。そなたはこのような低俗なはしゃぎ合いの中に何を見つけたというのか。
知りたいですか？
知りたい。
恋です。
Who could have seen that coming?
これ。
Don't hit me with the tiny battler, okay?
前に約束した推理小説。
Okay.
ありがとうございます。
Baby battler. I mean, not really a baby, but tiny battler.
お借りしますね。
いいよ。シャノンちゃんにやるよ。
I love how the actor adjusted his voice a little bit. You can feel like the sense of youth in it. It's so cute.
俺はもう読み終わっちまったし。
そんな。もらってしまっては悪いです。
They bonded over mystery novels.
高いものでしょうし。
バザーでほんの何百円かでまとめ買いしたやつだから気にするなって。それより早く全部読んでまたいろいろと議論をしようぜ。シャノンちゃんといろいろ議論するのは楽しいからさ。
So we've surpassed the level of debating mystery novels with Kumasawa. Now we're bonding with Battler. I see.
はい。私も楽しいです。ミステリーは一人で読むよりも二人で読む方が楽しいですよね。
議論したり妄想したりするのが楽しいよな。ミステリーは読んで半分を楽しみ、読んだ人間同士で語り合って初めて全てを楽しめるってのが俺の持論だぜ。
It all started when we realized that we both read mystery novels. We were both surprised and very interested to find that the other not only read tons of mystery novels, but read them very thoroughly. Ever since then, it's been like this. Separate from the games we played with all the cousins, the two of us met together for some time alone. At first it was like a sort of contest to see who knew more than the other. However, eventually this turned into respect for how much the other had read and how deeply they were able to think about it. Respect, trust. Those emotions made our friendship even stronger. Of course, all of that had still fallen within the category of friendship. But we were still slightly aware of the fact that the other was of the opposite sex, making for a relationship that was charming or youthful, or maybe you could call it exciting. Hey Viberum, how's it going? However, we were still so young that even the word youth felt like it might be overstating our age. Of course, we didn't know a thing about love, so we couldn't understand that tickling feeling in our chests, both bitter and sweet, that we only felt when we were alone together. And that contributed to making George jealous, right? However, we realized that there was some unknown emotion hidden behind that feeling. And as our hearts raced, we had our hands upon the door. That was the exciting age we were at. So, at some point, our discussions about mystery novels became just an excuse for us to spend time alone together.
ホワイダニットを大切にした推理小説ってあまりねえんだよな。
Oh. Interesting statement.
ホワイダニット？犯人の動機ですか？
ああ。推理小説で探るべき3つの論点は、フーダニット、ハウダニット、そしてホワイダニット。この前者2つを扱う小説は結構多いと思うが、最後のホワイダニットを扱う小説って案外ないんだよな。
犯人特定後に動機を自白する作品は結構あると思いますけど。
それを犯人が自白する前に推理できるようになってなければダメなんだ。動機がないと思われていた人物が推理不能な動機により事件に及ぶってのは、俺は個人的にはアンフェアだと思ってる。
Who done it? Who's the culprit? How done it? How did they commit the crime? Why done it? Why did they commit the crime?
誰が犯人かとか、どんなトリックでとか、それを問う作品はすげえ多いぜ。いや、ほとんどだろうな。しかし、動機を推理する作品ってのは決して多くないと思う。
そうですね。Who, How, Why の3つの中で一番ないがしろにされている要素かもしれませんね。
ホワイトニットを大切にしない推理小説ってのはなんだか一味足りないように思う。いや、つまらないって言ってんじゃない。なんていうのか、一番大切なものが足りないような気がするんだ。
一番大切なものが足りない。
Yeah, the heart.
心だよ。
Yes! Of course, I saw that coming. I am Battler, and Battler is me. I love it. Okay, let's go. Okay, that put me in a good mood. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm braced.
心が足りない。
心。
人の心ってのはすごく重要だと思うんだ。人間が殺人を決意し、計画し、準備し、実行に踏み切るにはものすごい大きな心の力が必要なはずなんだ。人は心で動いてるんだぜ。
In other words, only the heart can kill a person. When an emotional upheaval grows strong enough to make a person want to kill, the result is the tragedy called murder. Yeah. I don't think it's no one, it's just few. It's few. Yeah. Indeed, Moth-chan. Putting it the other way around, that means that the true way to close in on the crime is by searching for the heart that brings about the tragedy of murder. Only the heart can kill. So if a person has been killed, you must search for the heart. That's what he told me.
だからさ、犯人がただの殺人狂で面白半分に事件を起こしてるって作品はなんだか少し好きになれない。
I didn't know I could love Battler more. But every stream I love him more.
殺すに値する十分な心の動きを描いた作品がお好きだと？
そうさ。そしてそれを推理させてくれる作品が俺は本当は一番好きなんだ。
As he spoke, he looked back at me and smiled. Before today, I used to like novels that focused on exposing the tricks. Of course he did. Origin moment. However, I decided to look for novels like the ones he recommended in the future.
心ってやつを俺はないがしろにしたくない。人は心で動いてるんだからな。
そうですね。おっしゃる通りだと思います。
This isn't limited to the mystery genre. All people at all times are driven by their hearts. Figuring out the heart is the essence of interactions between people. No, interactions between hearts. None of us humans can live on our own, and yet we have no way of peeking into the hearts of others. That's why every meeting between people is its own mystery of the heart. Encountering those mysteries, reasoning about them, and understanding them is what allows people in hearts to connect with one another. The two of us are here by ourselves, talking together about mysteries. And through that, we are exploring each other's heart and debating its mysteries. I want you to feel about me the way I feel about you. We're both exploring, trying to figure out the depths of the other's heart in this mystery of love.
Oh. もうこんな時間だな。 兄貴たちを待たせちゃってるかな。
そろそろ戻った方がいい時間ですね。
シャノンちゃんと話してるとあっという間に時間が過ぎちまうな。
He seemed to be speaking the words of my heart. We were thinking the same thing, so the same words came out.
いつまでも二人きりでお話をできたらいいのに、時計の針が恨めしいです。
俺もだぜ。六軒島で一番楽しいのはこうしてシャノンちゃんと話すことだからな。
When I saw that his smiling eyes were looking right at me, I turned around. I couldn't let him see my suddenly red face.
私も外の世界へ出られたなら、もっともっとたくさんの本を読めるのに。
The bookshop on Nijima that I go to and the bookshop he goes to in the city are on completely different scales. The book exchange between the two of us had become completely one-sided, with him giving me all the books.
シャノンちゃんはいつまで使用人を続ける気なんだ？
わかりません。
もしいつか辞める時が来たら。
来たら？
俺のところへ来いよ。
I love the the suggestion of a blush up to his ears. Oh, that's so cute. Oh. He said it almost carelessly. Maybe he was a bit embarrassed since he laughed weakly and blushed.
そしたら今度はもう時間も何も気にせずに済むもんな。
そうですね。ずっと一緒にいられますね。
The little secret dates on this island only happened a few times a year. And even when they did happen, it was only for a short, uncertain period of time. It wouldn't work over the phone or with letters. We can only talk about our mystery when we're standing together like this.
必ずその日は来るさ。
来るでしょうか。
ああ、絶対にな。
Certain? How can he be certain?
その日が来たら俺が白馬にまたがって迎えに来てやるぜ。
God, riding a white horse. Oh God, please. My heart can only take so much. After saying this, he turned away. He was probably too proud to show me his blushing cheeks. Yeah, he can only show you the tip of his ears that are red. But even without seeing, I knew that what his face looked like. To come riding on a white horse. Who did that again? Isn't that like a fairy tale prince? So what exactly does that mean? Does that mean you're going to be my prince? My mind was going blank, so I just couldn't reason out his mystery of love, even though it was all plain and simple.
その日はいつ来るんでしょう？
シャノンちゃんさえ決心したならすぐ。
My heart skipped a beat. It was so sweet, yet it hurt.
俺はいつだっていいんだぜ。シャノンちゃんの人生さ。よく考えてから決心するといい。俺はその決心がいつであってもそれを尊重するぜ。
はい。
その日までずっと待ってるぜ。
If I were a bit more foolish and courageous, I could have told him that my mind is already made up, and I could have asked him to take me away from this island right now. But I can't. I have to think carefully about my future for both our sakes. My heart filled with pointless, senseless thoughts.
嬉しいです。ありがとう。
With his back still to me, he scratched his head and laughed. I knew he was doing this out of embarrassment, so I could clearly tell what his expression must have been. In the same way, he must have realized what my face looked like. We're both puzzle solvers of love. We theorize about each other's love, solving each other's mysteries.
時間をくれてありがとうございます。
時間は無限にあるぜ。
いいえ、それでは申し訳ないです。待ちくたびれちゃったら申し訳だから決心しました。決心しますというのが正しいでしょうか。今すぐ使用人を辞めるという意味じゃありません。そう、1年後に。
And 1 year from now doesn't happen. Okay. If 1 year from now you still feel certain about coming for me on a white horse, and me too. If I still like you a year from now, I'd like to dedicate the rest of my life to you. Wow, this is deep. Oh, wow.
1年後にこの同じ場所で決心しようと思います。
1年か。いい時間だな。春夏秋冬。
Yep.
それだけの時間を過ごして自分の心と正直に向き合うといいぜ。
And a good amount of time for your mom to pass away and for you to leave the family and never come back to a family conference for 6 years in a row.
ですから来年きっと迎えに来てくださいね。
おう。
He responded to my cowardly resolve with a quick, strong answer.
その日が来るのを待っているぜ。
はい、私も待っていますからね。絶対来てくださいね。
ああ、
絶対ですよ。来年来てくださいね。
ああ、絶対来るぜ。ここで会おうな。
Definitely. Yeah. I see. So, this emotion that feels like sweet suffocation is love. Sweet suffocation. Interesting. It is an emotion I do not know. One I do not possess. Though my magic can grant any wish. Though my paradise can grant any wish. It is something I cannot have, an incomprehensible emotion that burns like fire, and yet one desires madly to hold it close. All I know is that no matter how great a witch I might become, I cannot create this emotion. It must be given by another person. For the first time I realized that I was not all-powerful. And I knew that what Shannon had discovered in the world of humans.
この感情はダメだな。覚えちまったら忘れられぬではないかよ。
Shannon, you win. Love, is it? It may be the most important element, and the one that I lack. Shannon, I shall observe from afar the course of your love. Go forth and teach me more and more about this new emotion.
この姿は。
貸してあげるわ。私バカは嫌いだから。仮の名としてクレルと名乗りなさい。それともベアトがいい？
感謝します。みすぼらしい姿を晒さずに済みます。
Bernkastel had given this person a fake form. It was a temporary form for the person acting the part of Beatrice. A false appearance intended for those yet to reach the truth of Beatrice's identity.
それが異なる世界の私の物語なのですか？
リオン、これが異なる世界のあなたにして我の物語。私が人間としてでなく魔女として生きる世界の物語。
私も自分の人生にもしも想像することはあります。しかしあなたの話す物語は私の想像を超えすぎている。
それでももう一人のお前のたどった人生だ。
だからって容易に受け入れられるものではありません。
Leon suddenly yelled and looked at the floor. Leon already knew. Because of the fragments provided by Bernkastel, Leon knew. This was a different world, where the same person lived as the Golden Witch Beatrice. And in this world, eventually, on the day of the October 1986 family conference, this person would be the ringleader of a terrible crime.
いくら異なる世界とはいえ、私が家族や親族を、使用人の人たちみんなを巻き込んで恐ろしい事件の首謀者になる。それに私はどう向き合えばいいというのです。
黙って聞いて静かに理解しろ。
別の人生では私が使用人をしていて、かと思えばいつの間にか魔女になっていて、そしてやがては恐ろしい殺人事件を何度も繰り返す。それをどう理解しろと言うんです。
ああ、そうだろうな。誰にも理解はできねえだろうよ。こいつももはや誰にも理解してもらえるとは思ってねえ。だからお前なんだ。だからベルンカステルはお前とこいつ出会うはずのない自分同士をこうして出会わせたんだ。
別に深い意味はないわ。単なる気まぐれや。
誰にも理解できない動機だからリオン、せめてお前だけは理解しろ。この物語の主役は俺じゃない、お前だ。俺はお前の理解を助けるための介助役に過ぎねえ。
ミルは犯人の動機を理解したと言いましたね。
ああ。
それは私が家族を、親族を、みんなを殺すに足る納得できる動機なんですか？
I don't know if satisfying is what you're looking for in that.
さあな、それを考えるのは自分だ。俺が納得してもお前が納得するわけじゃねえ。お前の納得はお前がするんだ。
私には何が何だか本当にわからないんです。ベアトリーチェが起こしたといういくつものゲーム版という名の事件を見ました。そして今もう一人の私が語る異なる人生についても聞いています。でも全然それと事件がつながらない。理解ができない。
私もこの時やがてそのような恐ろしい事件を引き起こすことになるなど想像することもできませんでした。いえ、仮に想像し得たとしても私にあのような事件を起こす力はありませんでした。
だろうな。お前の不幸は多分碑文の謎を解いたことだろうな。
おじい様が出題したという隠し黄金の碑文ですか？
事件ごとに異なる共犯者を得るシステム。導き出される推理は犯人が莫大な金を持っていたという可能性、そして全てを黄金鏡に招き。
Oh, sorry. What? How did that happen?
動機だけでなく。
Right, sorry, the last bit there. So, for inviting all to the Golden Land and making all loves bear fruit, there was one other system. Right. Right. That's the one I'm most interested in. Who cares about the money?
そこまでをお察しでしたか？
それこそが第4のゲームの最後の謎の答えだ。お前の最大の不幸は碑文を解き、本当の意味で黄金の魔女として復活し、その魔力を得てしまったことだ。
今となってはあれはやはり不幸なことだったのでしょうか？わかりません。しかし1986年にバトラさんが帰ってくるという事実が変わらぬ限り、何かの悲劇は起こったでしょう。
そうだな。バトラが帰ってくるのが1年早いか遅いかだったら、事件は起こらなかったかもしれねえ。
No, some small incident would probably have occurred. And it would surely have been a mysterious, impossible incident which no one could understand. But even so, it would have been insignificant compared to the Rokkenjima serial murders.
バトラ君が1年早いか遅いかだったら
Earlier or later.
運命とは本当に皮肉なものですね。私に魔女の人生を歩ませ、碑文を解くことで本当の魔女となり、そして6年を経て彼の帰りを知る。それら全てが運命ならば、これは私にとって必然であり逃れられなかった事件。
バトラは1980年、母アスムの死と父ルドルフの早すぎる再婚に憤慨して後ろ宮家を飛び出した。そして6年間後ろ宮家を離れた。
He convinced his grandparents on his mother's side to help him, and had his last name changed to his mother's maiden name. Then, when those grandparents passed away, he finally made up with Rudolph, and returned to the Ushiromiya family again in 1986.
その不運がお前に事件の動機を生む。
思いました。どうして6年も経て今さら帰ってくるのかと。
そうだな。いっそ永遠に帰ってこない方がお前には良かったのかもしれない。
So him coming back was the trigger in some way.
もちろん苦しみは続いていたでしょう。しかし大量殺人という許されざる犯罪に手を染めずには済んだかもしれません。バトラ君が後ろ宮家を去り、それがどんな動機になるというんですか？
逆だな。
逆？
バトラが去ったから事件が起こるんじゃない。
It's because he came back and didn't remember?
バトラが帰ってきたから事件が起こるんだ。
こうして考えれば考えるほどに、後ろ宮バトラ、なんと憎らしい男か。
何より憎らしいのは、彼は自分のせいで事件が起こることに最後まで何の自覚もなかったこと。
最後には思い出した。ただしお前が諦めて消えたよりずっと後のことだかな。
それが本当なら、私の心も少しは救われるのですが。
私には未だにあなたたちが何の話をしているのか分かりません。ですが逃げずに聞こうと思います。知ろうと思います。一体あなたに何があって事件を決意するというのですか？
そうだ。それが一番大事なんだ。後宮バトラが推理小説に対しホワイダニットを尊んだように、黄金の魔女の物語もゲームも謎もすべてそこに秘められている。
では引き続き語りましょう。1980年、私が事件を決意する6年前から。第6章、試される日。
バトラ様が後宮家の席を出られた？旦那様とルドルフ様がそう話してるのよ。もうびっくり。
お前の人生にも、そして家庭にも、私は何も文句を言うつもりはない。しかし親父殿はカンカンだよ。感動ならまだしも、この方から愛想を尽かして席を出ていくなど聞いたこともない。
誰に似たんだか。バトラのやつめ、妙に頑固でな。
Well
バトラ君の気持ちがわからないのであれば、父親としての資格を疑われるかと思いますよ。
よしたまえ。
That's he with the burn
キリエさんの子供をしっかり育てたいという責任をルドルフなりに示したということだろう。
それが来年だったなら何も言うことはありません。しかしどうして今年なのですか？桃も明けないうちから。解任の時期を考えるとルドルフさんを見下さざるを得ません。
まあそういじめないでくれ。これが俺なりのけじめの取り方なんだ。
バトラ君が亡くなられたアスムさんに代わってあなたに抗議されている気持ち、本当によくわかります。もしここにいたなら一緒に肩を抱いて泣いてあげたい気持ちですよ。
Natsuhi's words were sharp. They pierced Rudolph mercilessly. Rudolph had no retort. His relationship with Kirie had been improper, plain, and simple. According to Rudolph, he had been close to Kirie longer than Asumu. And even after his marriage to Asumu, that relationship had not disappeared. Who is surprised by this? Crickets, nobody. Yeah.
なんだよそれ。
Ooh, oh, Battler. I don't like upset Battler voice. It hurts my heart.
このクソ親父。じゃあつまりあんたはずっと母さんを裏切ってたわけじゃねえかよ。そりゃ俺だってキリエ様知ってるさ。あんたのビジネスパートナーでいつも事業の相談に乗ってくれる頼れる友人だって聞かされてたさ。それが男女の仲だったなんて今さら言われたって知ったことかよ。母さんが死んだ後なら勝手さ。俺だってあんたの人生好きにしろと言ってるさ。でもな、キリエさんの解任はいつだよ。 まだ母さんは生きてるじゃないか。ああ、やっと分かったぜ。なんで俺はあんたにこんなにも吐き気を感じるのかってな。あんた、母さんがここで死んでくれて嬉しかったの？そうなんだろう。もし母さんが生きてたら、不倫のことや子供のことでどう隠すかで苦労が絶えなかったろうからな。都合よく母さんが死んでくれたから、キリエさんと結婚して新しい子を俺の弟か妹になってよく言えたもんだぜ。母さんが天国で泣いてる。恥を知れ、恥を知れよ。俺は恥ずかしいぜ。あんたと同じ後宮の姓を名乗ることが恥ずかしくて仕方ねえ。生まれてくる子に罪はねえさ。両親が揃ってなきゃかわいそうだ。せいぜい新しい家族を育んで幸せに育ててやれよ。だがな、俺は許さねえからな。だって母さんはもう憎むこともできる。だから俺が母さんに代わってあんたを憎む。全身全霊をかけてな。あばよ、クソ親父。
The pain in his voice hurts so much more than the words themselves or just the narration of the way the events unfolded here. Oof. Okay, okay. Deep breaths.
もう十分だろう、夏日。ルドルフは決してバトラ君に愛情を失ったわけではない。長い時間をかけるだろうが、親子の絆を取り戻したいと願っている。
Yeah, it's just straight into my bones. It went.
父親として当然です。赤の他人ならいざ知れず、自分の血を分けた子供ならばそれが当然の責務です。
いいさ、とことん俺を蔑んでくれ。反論はしねえ。それが俺のけじめのつけ方だ。
せめて生まれてくる子だけは幸せにしたまえ。
生まれてくる子もバトラも俺の子だ。
アスムさんが亡くなり、キリエさんと籍を入れられるのはバトラ君には苦々しいだろうが、生まれてくる子にとって最善だ。私はお前を理解するよ。
バトラ君がアスムさんが亡くなって嬉しかっただろうとあなたをなじった気持ちがよくわかります。
It sure seems convenient, no?
もうよせ、夏日。すでにルドルフはなじるべき人間から十分にそれを受けている。それより紅茶をもらえんかね。厨房の誰かに紅茶を頼んできてくれんかね。
Let me guess, it's gonna be Shannon, right?
わかりました。
Natsuki took this as a signal to leave the room and did so. Once she left, Kraus relaxed slightly.
アスムさんは気の毒だったが、生まれてくる子を考えれば、これは偶然のタイミングだったかもしれんね。
まるでアスムがそれを知って自分から舞台を降りたかのようだ。
I'm still not sure if we were explained why she died. Exactly, like what was the cause of death.
俺がアスムを殺したのか?
I will stop myself from overthinking it too much and considering foul play because I cannot deal with even more murders. Okay, so like I'll leave it there, but okay.
だとしたら俺はいつから殺してたんだろうな。
Well, from this point of view, well, you never gave her one person's worth of love. You were split between I almost said between two people, but who knows how many other people. So yeah. Yeah.
アスムさんを大事に思う気持ちがまだあるなら、何年かけてでもバトラ君と復縁したまえ。
ああ、わかってる。
そしてキリエさんと生まれてくる子にも等しい愛情を注ぎなさい。アスムさんの十字架を背負いながらね。
What does that mean, though? How do you bear Asuma's cross?
もし地獄にもリザーブってやつがあるんなら、特上の席を俺に一つ取っておいてほしいもんだぜ。
Yeah. I don't know. I read this and I would really, really want to infuse it with a sense of regret from Rudolph and some sort of you know, let's say it kindly and say it like a bump in the rear to push him in the direction to do better. But we know he eventually does not do better, he just does the same thing. So, when people say this about themselves, in a way as an admission of their faults and how grave they are, but then they continue to act the same way, I don't know how to feel about that. Anyways, let's move on. The news that Battler had left the Ushiromiya family swept across the family.
バトラさんもお気の毒に、いつかきっと仲直りをしてくれると信じていますけど。
親族の方々の都合だ。使用人の知るところではない。それよりも新しく後宮家に加わられる桐江様のお顔を。
それもそうですね。今年の親族会議にはいらっしゃるんですからね。
If the person new to the Ushiromiya family would be coming to the conference, then what about the person who just left?
ならバトラーは来ないってことじゃない？
そう考えるのが妥当であろうな。賑やかな男が一人かけ、なんとも寂しいものよ。
Though most people felt that it was sad to see Battler leave the Ushiromiya family and that he would be missed, they didn't think any more about it than that. However, what about Shannon? Wasn't Battler supposed to come for her on a white horse? At first I was shocked, because I immediately thought that his departure from the family meant that he wouldn't be coming to this island anymore. And I do think that's understandable given how he must feel. I understand painfully well why he wanted to leave his family. But does that really mean he won't come to Rokkenjima anymore? What on earth is going on? Will he really never return? Unable to ask him this directly, I was forced to spend each day contending with a growing sense of anxiety. Battler-san. Oh, sorry. I understand how you feel. But you wouldn't leave this place behind forever just because you broke away from the Ushiromiya family, would you? Tell me it isn't true. I was so confused that the world seemed to be spinning around me. I felt tightness in my chest, and I couldn't think at all. When I happened to touch my cheek, I was surprised to find it hot and wet. With a miserable expression on my face, I was crying.
Shannon, Shannon.
From far away, I could hear someone calling to me, but it was a very strange sort of distance. Though it felt very far away, the voice also seemed to be coming from right beside me.
Shannon. そなたの胸中察するぞ。
大丈夫よ。あくまでも親子喧嘩。そして噂話には尾ひれがつくものよ。きっと大げさに伝わってるだけだわ。
そうとも、もう二度とバトラがこの島に来ないと決まったわけではない。気を強く持つのだ。
Where is this place? I seem to remember it somehow. It's like it reminds me of the scenery of a strange dream I once had. Then this must be another dream. I was there under an arbor in a golden rose garden, and two witches in white and red dresses were showering words of encouragement upon me.
噂好きの若い使用人たちが話を好き勝手に膨らませているに違いないぞ。席を抜けたなどと大げさな。きっとただの親子喧嘩に違いないぞ。
ありがとう。そうだといいのですが。
そうに決まってるわ。男の子だもの。父親と喧嘩の一つくらいするわ。
そうともそうとも。すぐに頭を冷やして仲直りするに決まっているではないか。
男の喧嘩なんて火付きは良くてもすぐ燃え尽きちゃうものよ。
それに比べ女の喧嘩は炎こそ上がらぬが、いつまでも火種が残るものよ。
Oh yeah, because that's so much better. I understand that these arguments are coming from the direction of let's not allow rumors to overinflate what has actually happened. But now it's going in too much in the opposite direction of minimizing how difficult a time in Battler's life this must be. Right? So in the process of not panicking over the rumors that could be grossly overinflated, which is true, the impact that and the importance and the depth and the hurt that this has caused Battler is getting swept away as well, I feel. Just my impression in the moment.
男の喧嘩など激しくとも言っとき。
Yeah, all of these sentences, all of these statements about it is like
すがすがしいものよ。
そうですね。
It's like saying, how do I put it? It's nothing much. It should calm down and be resolved quickly. To kind of have hope that he comes back. But then, if it isn't much, and it should be resolved quickly, but then he doesn't come back, what does that mean? Woof! Right?
バトラさんとルドルフ様、早く仲直りするといいですね。
するとも。バトラはいつも言っていたであろうが、よく父親と喧嘩をすると。今回もそれらのうちの一つと変わらぬ。母親の死と父親の再婚で動揺したに過ぎぬわ。
Only these two itty bitty events, like they're nothing. He would just bounce back from it. Yes.
祖父母の家へ行ってしまったそうだけど、どうせ2、3日も頭を冷やせば元の鞘に収まるわ。ほらあれよ、プチ家出ってやつね。
Ay, 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 ay. The two witches kept saying that Battler's fight hadn't been anything huge. If it was just a family quarrel, the rumors wouldn't have started in the first place. I just can't feel optimistic about this.
いずれにせよだ。これはバトラ親子の問題。放っておけば時間が解決してくれる。そなたが気に病んでも仕方がなきことよ。
今日バトラが来なかったからといってこれからも来ないと決めつけるのは早計だわ。今日はルドルフが一人でやってきただけの話。
そうとも。また次の親族会議では元気な姿を見せてくれるに決まっている。おそらくはそのうちキリエとやらを連れてやってくるであろう。その時にはふてくされながらも一緒に来てくれるに決まっている。
Yeah. So what happens when he doesn't come? For 6 years in a row. What kind of devastating blow is that? If you're coming from this thought perspective.
そうですね。うん。きっと、そうですよね。
How nice would it be if they were right? In fact, if I could, I'd like to flip through the calendar until autumn right now and check to see whether he does come to the next conference. If he does, then all of my fears are groundless. It would mean the rumor-mongering family members and servants just blew things out of proportion. If Battler's son were right here, I'd like to question him right away. Hey, it isn't true that you'll never come to Rokkenjima again, right? If I could just hear him say, of course not, I could stop worrying about it. I don't know the phone number for Rudolf-sama's house, but I could probably look it up if I tried. Well, he's not there anymore, right? However, as a servant of the family, I have no excuse for making the call. And anyway, I have no way of finding out the phone number at Battler's son's grandparents' house. All I can do is wait for Rudolf-sama's family to come visit and hope that my fears are groundless. However, will I be able to make it through the day feeling like this? No way. I doubt I'll sleep a wink tonight. Just waiting around feeling like this, when I don't know when my next chance will come. I can't do that. Will it be next month? Or the month after? In the worst case, I might have to wait until the next family conference. And I have to wait that long, while holding back this suffocating feeling. I can't bear it.
ねえ、シャノン。唐突に尋ねるけれど、あなたがした1年後までの決意というのは、この島の使用人を辞めることを決めるだけの決意じゃないでしょう？
それは。
It was to make up my mind to start a new life. Sorry. Instead of remaining a servant by force of habit. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. I'm supposed to resolve to step into a new life and leave my old life as a servant behind.
そして、その決意の日に迎えに来ると、バトラは約束してくれたんじゃなかった？
それは、はい。
わらわは言葉を選ばぬから言おう。それはつまり、バトラと共に新しい人生を踏み出そうという決意ではないのか。
バトラさんと新しい人生。
そなたは決意の日にバトラが迎えに来てくれないかもしれないと恐れている。しかし決意の日はバトラが迎えに来てくれることだけを意味するのではないぞ。
あなたがバトラとこれからの人生を共に歩む決意を示す日でもあるのよ。
その決意はそなたが自らするものだ。バトラがただ来てくれるだけで成し得るものではないぞ。
シャノン、あなたにはもうこれからの人生を彼と歩む決意はあるの？それがまだないから次の親族会議の日に決心するなんて言ったんでしょ？
バトラと人生を共に歩むとはどういうことなのか、そなたは真剣に考えたことはあるのか？
それは
As long as I'm working as a servant on Rokkenjima, my opportunities for meeting him are limited. We're both underage, so it's too early to talk about marriage. However, if I quit working as a servant, I should have many more opportunities to meet him. Once I quit work here, I'll return to the Gospel House. I have my wages for serving the family, so I should have more than enough to make visits to Battler's son's house. And when I graduate from school, I can rent an apartment near to Battler's son's house. Then, well, I can work while going to school. That life will be a lot more difficult than my vague conception of it. However, I'll be able to see Battler's son much more often. If not every day, then every week. I won't be a servant anymore, so we'll finally be equals. I'll be allowed to call him whenever I want. And I'm already balancing school and work. Thanks to my experience here, I know more than enough to do simple housework.
楽しそうな人生ではないか。ささやかな住まいを借りて自分の城を築けたなら、ぜひバトラを招待するがよい。
そうして新しい二人の時間、二人の世界が始まっていくのね。
That's a lot of steps being made just inside of one person's mind without involving the other. I'm a little bit uncomfortable. But okay.
素敵じゃない。
はい。ちょっと素敵ですよね。
This was the first time I had ever imagined that future clearly. I've been able to appreciate the feeling of my love for him, and my honest desire to live my life with him. However, now that I have a clear picture of the future I plan to choose, I finally understand. I need to mentally commit myself to embarking on this future.
やがては結婚だって夢見ちゃってるわけでしょ？
ほうほう、結婚前提とは最近の小娘は進んでおるわ。
そこまでは
夢を否定しないで。未来を見据えぬ目を閉じたままの第一歩に何の意味もないんだから。
惚れた男なら結婚しちゃったりしてと夢見ても何の罪もないぞ。それが乙女の特権であるわ。
Natural, right? My face had turned bright red. Before today, I had thought that considering marriage really was a bit premature, and I had been trying my best not to think about it. However, now that the witches had encouraged me to imagine it, that image was both exciting and fresh. I felt an indescribable feeling of refreshment and awakening. Like the gentle breeze that washed over you when you go outside during a brief spot of sunshine on a rainy day. Certainly, I hadn't yet reached that level of resolve. I need to create that resolve by the time the next family conference comes around. If I can't do that, then sticking around as a servant on this island is no more than I deserve.
そしてそれは同時に試練でもあるのよ。
確かに。これは試練であるな。
Trial again.
試練？どうしてですか？
愚か者め。バトラは次の親族会議に迎えに来るとそなたに約束したではないか。
白馬にまたがって迎えに来るってね。
はい。
そなたはバトラがもう来ないと思っている。つまりそれはバトラの約束を信じないということではないのか？
だからこれは試練なのよ。彼を信じて待つというあなたへの試練。
試練。
I never thought of it that way. Since he promised to come for me in a year, I must believe that he will come for me in a year. If I doubt that, I don't have the right to wait for him in the first place. Hey.
バトラが後ろ宮家を抜けたのだって案外そなたとの未来を見据えてのことなのかもしれぬぞ。
Ay, 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 ay.
あら、どうして？
二人で暮らし、将来婚姻のちぎりを交わすことまで見通したなら、後宮家の使用人であるシャノンと結ばれるには、後宮の姓が邪魔をすることもあるかもしれぬ。
ああ、なるほど。使用人の娘と結ばれるなんてギャンギャンって言われることを見越して先に後宮の姓を捨てたってわけね。
There's two things happening here that I am noticing. One is still a minimizing and even full dismissal of the struggles that actually Battler is going through right now with this situation. And the other one is taking the current situation and flipping it in such a way that it is about... How do I refer to this person even? That it is about you, right? That it is about you. That definitely Battler's thoughts must spin around you and your possible future together. Which, on the one hand, if you have strong feelings about a person, it will happen, your thoughts can lead in that direction, that's okay. But on the other hand, ooh, it's so unhealthy. It can... We call this the golden cope. Heiseku, I'm not saying that I'm expecting maturity from the kid. I'm just saying that these things are happening, right? So these two things, accumulated with everything else, they form this foundation of a very slippery slope that ends badly. Yep. So I'm just stating the facts. I'm not necessarily imparting judgment, if that's okay. Hey, Burncass. How have you been enjoying the much more peaceful, much less skilly episode 7 so far? Actually, I think this is the episode that has given me the most, like, the biggest roller coaster of emotion so far. Including the creepy kinda, oh my god. Because, yeah, with the final result in mind, kinda paving the way there, but properly, not just vaguely, not just broadly, but like taking the time to set every single stepping stone. My stomach feels like a black hole the whole time. Yeah, pretty much. I know, that's exactly it, Bear, that we do have these thoughts. I read this and I think of similar things, obviously not to the extent of what is happening or will happen in this novel, but like similar things of thoughts that I also had when I was like infatuated with someone in my teens, in my early teens, right? And I knew nothing about stuff, right? So just because I am noticing these things and I'm stating them, I'm literally just stating them as facts, that this is happening. that doesn't mean that I'm imparting the judgment that the child shouldn't have done this and or should have had more awareness or more maturity, because where could they get it? They've literally just been living with themselves. They're creating so many things in their own heads. In their own head. Yeah. Of course. Of course, it's not just that it will happen, because it's natural, and then, like I said, we all very likely have experiences of similar things. But it will be that much more amplified because of all of the other circumstances. So it's gonna be, woof. Yeah. It's like a bomb in the making. Ah, Chidorin. Okay, looking forward to that. 6 years of self-gaslighting. Woof, 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 woof. I don't know. At least episode 7 gives us so much burn. Yeah, there's Burn's little tail is in every single corner of whatever is happening in this episode. She's ever so present, even when she is not on screen talking. Whew. Okay, I think I read everything. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Right.
どうだ、シャノン。これならば全てに筋は通るというもの。バトラが後ろ宮の名を捨てたのは、そなたを考えてのことよ。
Right. So we've come from, oh, likely he might be doing it for this reason. Now we're stating it with an exclamation mark at the end. はいはいはい。
ルドルフとの唐突な親子喧嘩は、それをもっともらしくする口実に違いあるまい。
And yeah, the black hole in my stomach keeps getting more black hole-y.
素敵な推理だわ。さすがリーチェ。どうだシャノン。落ち込むには値しないではないか。それどころかそなたと結ばれるためにバトラが先に決意を見せたようなものではないか。
A smile finally returned to my face. Of course, I hadn't taken the witches seriously and let myself be reassured. The opposite, in fact. It was just funny that they could think up such ridiculously convenient explanations for everything. It was funny. Alright. However, they had made all of those ridiculous theories to cheer me up. The witches are right when they say that I must trust Battler-san. And that there's no point moping about just because I have heard a few rumors. By the date of the next family conference, I intend to have a firm resolve to live my life with him. And I believe that he'll accept my feelings and comfort me. The idea that Battler left the family so that he could be married to me someday is laughable, of course. Okay, at least we're a little bit aware of that. But right now, I should try to feel confident enough to accept even crazy ideas like that.
ありがとうございます。なんだか少し気分が楽になりました。
ならばよかった。そなたが悲しみで枕を濡らすのを見るのは耐えられんのでな。
私の夢の中にまでやってきて励ましてくれて本当にありがとう。
うん。もうじき朝になる。すべては夢。そなたは目覚めれば何も覚えてはいまい。しかしそなたの心に静寂は戻る。
はい。私は彼を信じて待つ。だから小さな噂話になんか耳を貸さないんです。
そうだ。
次の親族会議まで自分を磨きながら待つのだ。花嫁修行と思えば日々のつまらぬ雑事も彩りを帯びよう。
本当にありがとう。
リーチェ、もう朝になるわ。
そうか。それではさらばだ、シャノン。そなたはわらわを覚えてはいまい。しかしわらわはいつもそなたのそばにいてそなたを見守っているぞ。
ありがとう。ありがとう。
次の親族会議など瞬く間よ。のんびりと待つがよい。必ずバトラは約束を守るのだから。
はじめまして、キリエと申します。よろしくお願いいたします。
名前だけならアスムさんより前から知ってるわ。
エヴァOkay. When there isn't episode 1 battler to provide comic relief, there's Eva. We have a backup plan. We're safe.
ルドルフの昔からのガールフレンドってね。
Eva moment, yeah.
ええ、ご縁は随分になりますので。
後宮家へようこそ。当家に早く馴染まれることを期待します。
はい。私も早く慣れて夫をサポートできるようになろうと思います。
それにしても可愛いお嬢ちゃんや。名前はなんて言うんや？
エンジェちゃんですって。可愛らしい名前ね。
やはり仲直りはできなかったのかね。
Yes, yes, exactly. Exactly, Zaku.
よりを戻すならこの機会と思ったんだがな。親父に似て頑固なやつで
な。もうバトラ君は帰ってこないの？寂しくなるわ。
男には家を飛び出す気概くらいあってもいいもんや。そういう男はな、きっとビッグになって帰ってくるで。
He's 13. What are we talking about?
そう？バトラ君にとってもう今のお家はお家じゃないもの。帰る場所はもはやそこじゃないわ。
よしたまえ。ルドルフの家の都合だ。私たちが詮索することではない。
ありがとう、クラウス兄さん。それは私たち家族の問題です。でもバトラ君がルドルフさんと一緒に暮らせる日が来るよう私も努力をするつもりです。だってエンジェのたった一人のお兄ちゃんなんですから。
ああ、バトラめ、意固地になっちまってて今は何を言っても逆効果だ。アスムのお父さんがちょっと短気な人でな、焚きつけちまってるみたいでな。
大丈夫よ。きっと遠くないうちにルドルフさんの気持ちを理解してくれるわよ。
わしらには応援しかできん。仮に帰ってこないにしてもはよう仲直りできるのを祈っとるで。
バトラが来ないとなんだかつまらねえぜ。
そうだね。早くルドルフおじさんと仲直りしてくれればいいのに。
バトラ様の気持ちを考えると辛いです。
急に家族が変わっちまったようなもんだしな。家が居心地悪いってのもあるだろうぜ。
男にはいつか独り立ちしなければならない日もある。バトラ君にとってはもうそれが訪れたという話なのかもしれないよ。
そうなのですか？
そうさ。男がいつまでも両親のもとでぬくぬくしていたらかっこ悪いよ。
Alright, 13-year-olds of the world, pack your bags, go make your life. What are we talking about? I mean, I guess maybe they have a bit of a different view of some things. And particularly maybe for the Ushomiya family, it could be viewed that way even at an early age. Okay, okay.
荒々しく巣を飛び出して一肌あげなくちゃいけない。
Yeah.
僕もやがてはと思ってたけど彼に先を越されてしまったよ。
一旗あげて立派になったら帰ってきてくれるのでしょうか？
ひょっとしたらもう帰ってこないこともあるかもしれないね。だってこれは彼にとって巣立ちなのかもしれないのだから。
巣立ち？
バトラ来なかったわね。
ああ、なんということだ。わらわはシャノンにきっと来るからと何度も言ってしまったぞ。きっとシャノンはバトラが来なくて深く落ち込んでいるに違いない。わらわがいい加減なことを言って希望を持たせてしまったから。
親族会議の今日張り合いに生きてきたようなもんだしね。彼女の気持ちを考えると心が痛むわ。
ありがとうございます。私は大丈夫です。
I had been reunited with the witches once again in the dream world. Though I could never remember anything during the day, now that I was in the dream world, I somehow knew that this was a reunion. The witches both looked apologetic, though they had tried to cheer me up by saying that Battler would come today. Now that he hadn't come, it was like they had been lying and they seemed to regret it heavily.
シャノン、もう
お気遣いをありがとうございます。悲しくなんかないと言えばもちろん嘘になりますけれど、私は大丈夫ですから。
そうか？そうなのか？ならば良いのだが。
バトラのやつ派手に喧嘩したもんだからきっと引っ込みがつかなくなっちゃっただけに決まってるわ。男は意地っ張りだもの。
そうであるとも。威勢のいいこと言って飛び出したものだから今さら引っ込みがつかなくなって意地になってしまっただけに違いあるまい。きっと来ればよかったと後悔しているはずだ。
That might not be wrong. That one is actually, I think, probably on point. Because despite whatever conflict he has with his dad, I know he definitely, at least from what has been shown, he enjoyed coming and spending time with the cousins. And obviously for the kids, these family conferences meant something completely different. And I'm sure he missed it. So, yeah.
そうとも、そうであるとも。
For some reason, they seemed nearly desperate in their attempts to encourage me. It was almost funny to watch. I couldn't help but giggle.
本当にありがとうございます。だって言ったのは皆さんじゃないですか。これは試練だって。
The truth was, I couldn't really fool myself so easily. When will he come back? When will he come for me? When isn't the question. Will he come for me, ever? If I start moping right now, the uncertainty and sadness will probably tear me apart. But Dave taught me. This is a test to see whether I really have faith in him or not. The very fact that I feel uncertain and anxious is a betrayal of my resolve, and of his promise to come for me someday.
ジョージ様が言ってました。これはバトラさんの巣立ちかもしれないって。
そうよ。これは後宮の生を抜け出て一人の男として羽ばたくという巣立ちなんだわ。
よくよく考えれば私たちはまだ若いんですし、本当に結ばれようと思ったらまだまだ社会的経験も信用も何より年齢が足りません。バトラさんが本当に真剣に考えてくださったならばこそまだ迎えに来られるわけがないんです。
見事であるぞ。そうだ、その域であるぞ。よくぞその境地に達した。
達せてなんかいません。でも今はそう思うことにします。それが試練でバトラさんを信じるということなんですから。
If he had showed up today, then today I would have had to inform Madam that I was quitting my job as a servant. But was I mentally prepared for that? Oh, that's a good question to reflect on. I spent all last night worrying about whether Battler's son would come or not. I spent so much time worrying that not only was I not mentally prepared to quit my job, I didn't even prepare a letter of resignation. In short, I still don't have the resolve that I promised him that day. I'm sure that God knew that. Battler is supposed to come for me when I've found my resolve. Oh no, that statement. I wasn't resolved, so it's only natural that he didn't come today. Yeah, it all makes sense now.
だからきっとバトラさんがいらっしゃらなかったのは私の決意がまだだったからです。彼が来てくれるかをしっかりと信じることもできなかった私ではそれも当然ですね。
This is a very good example of our mind really scrambling and desperately trying to make sense of things that maybe don't have a particular meaning. We try desperately to assign it one. Not just for the moment, because otherwise there would be a very, very big empty space left if we didn't. But because how do we keep moving with that empty space within us? How do we go to the next day? How do we go to the day after that, and so on? How do we have our eyes set on the future itself? We don't, unless the mind scrambles to come up with things like this. Yeah. Yeah. My heart! She took the lambda pill. Hey. Yeah. So you see, I'm not necessarily I mean, my intention is not at all to pass judgment. It's just to highlight a few things. And this is one of them too.
おそらくバトラもそうであったに違いないぞ。そなたを迎えに行くだけの決意や覚悟がまだまだ足りなかったに違いない。
神様は薄情じゃないわ。二人の気持ちが本当に近づいた時、必ず二人を引き合わせてくれるわ。
織姫と彦星のようにな。
Oh, another one. Oh, we all know how that worked out this Steins Gate. Yeah.
今年の七夕はたまたま天気が悪かった。今日のことはその程度に思おうと思います。
That's how I'd like to think about it. I have no other choice. Battler-san.
でもバトラ君が帰ってくるのは
6年後の話だ。だいぶ先の話になる。
このままこんな辛い気持ちのまま6年も待ち続けるというのですか？
Hey, Red Needle. Yeah, he is. Apparently too late. Beatrice is dead by then.
来年こそはと毎年待ちわびるのは、それはもう永遠に待ち続けるにも等しいものでした。
痛々しい話ね。あなたがしたと思ってる約束を当のバトラは全く意識していなかったようだし。
That is also a good thing to point out. Because they brought it up, not Battler. In a way. It was an exchange, but this whole thing of like, in 1 year, and you know. Yeah.
バトラ君はルドルフおじさんに似てキザな言い回しを好むこともありました。
He does make bold statements, indeed.
そんな言い回しが誤解を与えたのかも。
バトラはきっといつか後ろから女に刺されるわね。まあつまりこれはそういう物語なわけかしら。
言葉は意味が宿れば人の人生を左右することだってある。軽率な言葉は人を殺せるかもしれない。
第7章、恋の目、恋の根。
ですよね。男ってどうして群れるとバカばっかになるんでしょうね。
Jessica's room was filled with laughter.
なんつうかさ、幻滅するわけだぜ。ちょっと大人びててかっこいいかなって思った人がさ、クラスの男どもで群れてる時にゲビた話で下品な声で笑ってるの見ちゃうとさ。
確かに男同士でいる時の男の方ってすごい子供っぽいですものね。まあそれを言ったら女も 同じようなもんですけど。
The fun chat between girls continued without end. Tonight, Kraus and Natsuhi were out late at a meeting on Niijima. Normally, Natsuhi was always watching, so Jessica would make sure to be curt with the young servants. But when Natsuhi wasn't around, Jessica never did that. All of this would be resolved with a simple message in the Discord today. Yeah, well, communication is a very, very big factor and a very big challenge in all times, right? Even in the age of technology where we're instantly connected to wherever we want in the world, there's still struggles with proper communication, so yeah. But yeah, here it's really made worse by there not being any sort of point of contact. One Greek philosopher called, I'm not gonna read that, but okay. Okay, he said, boys throw stones at frogs in fun, but the frogs do not die in fun, but in earnest. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Makes me weird out how people in the past would go away to another place and you would have almost no connection with that person. I mean, I've lived that in various ways. Yeah. And even what I lived is not comparable to how it must have been, like, even way, way, way back in the past. So yeah, let's be appreciative of the things that we do have. Oh, thank you for the Romanian bit of it. Yeah, it does sound in a way more straightforward. Although the English one sounds more poetic than the Romanian one, so it each has its thing about it. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So when Natsuhi wasn't around, Jessica never did that. She had invited the servants of similar age to her room, and they were chatting away noisily. I see, so this is where the connection happens. Got it. All of them were at the age when they wanted to know about love. Jessica enjoyed talking about love all the more thanks to the rigid and constricting way she had been brought up, and she seized upon this chance.
お嬢様だって素敵だし、お年頃だし、気になる男の子がいらっしゃるんじゃないですか？
恋はしてえけど、気になる男子ってなかなかな。
お嬢様はもっと恋に積極的でもいいと思うんです。余裕ぶってられるのも今のうちですよ。
One thing, since we're talking about Jessica and love and stuff, one thing that I've noticed so far, and I've just been wondering where does this come in, is that we've only been shown female servants around all of these like stories of Yasu and Shannon, whatever, okay, and the stakes and like others, but it's always been female servants. Where does Kanon come in? How? Is he like a 1 in a million? It's a question. We'll see. We'll probably get there eventually.
Yujinの誰かが付き合いだしたなんてことになったら急に世界がひっくり返りますよ。
そんなわけねえじゃん。
Yeah, like we haven't seen another example so far. We've only seen the ladies. Not that I have anything against the ladies; they're super cool as well. It's nice to see the stakes personified with a little twist, yeah. Yeah.
私の友達に裏切り者はいねえぜ。多分。
ああ、ダメダメ。女の友情で一番信用ができないのが恋の出し抜きです。
Okay, I'm okay. I wasn't aware it was a competition for who falls in love first.
お嬢様だって素敵な人と知り合ったら絶対友人なんて裏切って付き合っちゃいますって。
Or that it's a betrayal of your friends. Okay.
シャノンはどうなんだよ。私ばっかりでずるいぜ。シャノンも話せよ。
私はそういう方が身近におりませんし。
Not around. He's far, far away in like Orihime and Hikoboshi. I don't get to see him very often. In fact, I don't even know when I'll be able to see him again. However, I believe that he'll come for me someday. I believe it.
シャノンは裏切るなよ。彼氏作るなら一緒だぜ。約束したもんな。
I guess this might be more of a Japanese kind of thing because I don't know if I've ever heard or experienced anything like this when I was their age.
ああ、シャノンちゃんみたいな子に限って案外早く一抜けしちゃうもんですよ。
シャノン、白状しろ。本当に付き合ってるやつはいないよな。なあなあ。
いませんよ。本当です。
本当に？
本当です。
私たち恋人作るのは一緒だからね。
Again, I wish I could just get lost in the slice of lifey part of it. I wish I could.
絶対だぜ。
Because this does sound like the vibe of it is like a fun late night teenage girl talk thing. I wish I could just experience that and not the rest.
嘘ついたら針千本のませ。
Okay, this part's the continue in your head. I know it's their saying.
約束します。それは嘘をついてる顔ですよ。
Yeah, no enjoyment, only umi pain. I get it, I get it.
絶対この中でシャノンちゃんが一抜けする。私にはわかるんです。奥手そうな子がいつもみんなを出し抜くんです。
Cried the seagulls away.
なんだよこの野郎。白状しろ。
Oh! Oh wow, that...
お許しください、お嬢様。くすぐったい。
Amid cheerful laughter, another lazy Sunday afternoon passed by. I worked my way out of the fight and looked up at the sky through the window. I wonder if Battler's son is somewhere out there right now, surrounded by his friends and chatting about the same topic we are. I only hope that you're thinking of me, the same way that I'm thinking of you. But if I beg for that, it's the same as admitting that I don't trust you. The conundrum. I'll wait. And when you do come for me, I'll announce then and there that I'm quitting my job. I've already prepared myself for it. But you haven't come yet. It isn't because you won't come, but because I'm not resolved enough yet, right? It's because I haven't clearly envisioned the future with you, right? I'll wait. No matter how long. Until you come for me, riding a white horse. I will always treasure our promise. The promise of our precious resolve.
男と約束なんかしちゃダメです。
I think like one component of it that might get lost. It's small, but I think it's important. There was a component of it of if we both feel the same in 1 year, then let's whatever, right? That if condition is important, I would say. Right? Ay ay ay.
当てになりませんって。
Thinking that she had read my mind, I spun around. Of course she hadn't.
やっぱその辺さ。男と女で価値観ってかなり違うと思うんだよ。
違います違います。全然違いますって。基本的に女の子は夢見がちで、男は何も考えてなくて適当って感じです。
異性同士で心を通わせるってやっぱ無理なのかな。
相当難しいと思いますね。女はすぐに相手のことが分かったような気になっちゃう悪癖がありますから。男の言う特に深い意味のない言葉にいちいち何かを感じてしまって勝手に勘違いしちゃうって結構ありますから。
ああ、いるいる、そういう子。はために見てどう見ても大したこと言われてないのに一方的に彼は私に気があるとか言っちゃってる子。いるいるいるいる。
女の一方的な勘違いって痛々しいですもんね。
The pair of them laughed together. When the girl gets the wrong idea. Could that be me? No, that can't be. After all, Batterson made a clear promise to me. He said he'd come for me riding a white horse. I mustn't doubt. I'm sure this conversation I'm hearing is just another one of God's trials. So I won't listen. I won't even think twice about it.
勝手に心が通じたとか思っちゃう痛い女の子にだけはなりたくねえぜ。
Those demonic sneers tormented me and tried to lead me astray. I'm sure he'll come to the next family conference. But Battlerson didn't come to the 1982 conference either. More and more things keep changing away from the way they were at the last family conference he came to. Kirie-sama, Rudolph-sama's new wife, now blends in perfectly here, coming down off the boat with a familiar stride. Her daughter, Enja-sama, is growing well, and all of the family focus their attention on her. Also, Maria-sama, who was so small at the time, is already 5 years old. She is full of energy and old enough to enjoy playing with George-sama. Neither Jessica-sama nor George-sama brought up Battler-san's absence. Interesting, everyone else is Sama, but Battler is son. The other relatives were the same way. No one touches upon the subject as though they've forgotten that Battler's son is missing. Maria-sama was only 3 when she last saw Battler's son. I doubt whether she even remembers him. In just 2 short years, all trace of your existence has been erased from the Ushiromiya family conference. That made me sad, and so I said,
今年もバトラ様はお帰りになられませんでしたね。
そうだね。 彼が来なくて寂しいかい？
それは
ルドルフおじさんたちも彼の話を切り出さないし、どうやら僕たちが思ってたよりもずっとバトラ君は本気だったみたいだね。
あいつ本気でもう帰ってこねえのかな。
やっぱりあれは巣立ちだったんだよ。彼は新しい人生のステージに向かって羽ばたいていった。そういうことじゃないのかな。
無鉄砲のはちゃめちゃなやつだったけど、ま、男ってのはそういうもんなのかもしれねえぜ。
彼のことだからね。新しい生活もきっと順応して楽しく元気にやっていると思うよ。だから心配しなくていいと思うよ。
Even though George-sama said that with a smile, his words disconcerted me. He's enjoying himself, so there's no reason to worry? What is that supposed to mean?
バトラのことだから私たちのことなんかケロッと忘れて楽しくやってるんだろうぜ。
うん、きっとそうだよ。
You're not realizing it, but you're throwing gasoline into the fire and fanning the flames. Yeah.
そして僕はそれが一番だと思うな。バトラ君は自分と家族、そして亡くなったお母さんのことを考えて新しい生き方を自ら選択した。ならその新しい人生にまっすぐに生きてほしいね。後ろ宮家のことなんて忘れてしまうくらいがちょうどいいよ。
George-sama smiled at me, expecting me to agree. After a moment of shock, I smoothed my expression over and found the expression he was expecting. Is Butler-san living happily, having forgotten about family, about me, about our promise? That can't be true. It just can't be. Butler-san must be striving to reach that day of resolve just like me. I'm not mistaken about that. He promised me. He said he'd come riding a white horse. I never asked him to say that. That part is true. It's true. He said he'd come for me on the day I resolved to live life for his sake. He made that promise himself. Okay, now we're a little bit extrapolating. Yeah. I see the conundrum. I see the conflict. For 2 years, I've believed that. I've done all I could to make it through God's trials and the whisperings of demons that try to throw me from my path. And yet the things both George-sama and Jessica-sama are saying are so cruel. Butler-san has forgotten about us and has started a new life. We're 2 years in, only 4 more left. Why are they telling such obvious lies? But that night, I dreamed of Butler-san for the first time in a long while. Oh no. The Butler-san in my dream wasn't the Butler-san I believed in. It was the Butler-san that George-sama and Jessica-sama had spoken of. The one who had forgotten everything and started a new life. Morning arrived. I woke up with a tear-stained face. The me in the mirror whimpered through tears that she couldn't wait any longer. If you've managed to wait this long, why can't you wait any longer? This is a trial. We have to believe in him and wait. The vicious circle keeps spinning. But the me in the mirror spoke. It was sharper than a fragment of glass. We talk about this promise. But did we actually make a promise with him? Don't you remember what Jessica-sama said? That some girls are dreamers who get the wrong idea? Don't you remember what George-sama said? That Battler-san has gotten used to his new life and has forgotten about the Ushiromiya family. He wouldn't be the only one to forget. Without me asking about Battler-san, everyone on this island would have forgotten his name. Even Rudolph-sama doesn't say his name anymore. If I weren't here to remember his face, perhaps his existence would have been erased from the hearts and minds of everyone here. I don't believe it, so I won't doubt him. Battler-san must still remember our promise. We're both waiting for the day of resolve, the day we'll be together. Battler-san, my mind is firmly made up. Does the fact that you're not here mean that I'm still not resolved enough? No, it's because you and God are testing me, isn't it? In that case, I will endure, until that promised day inevitably comes. So, please, Battler-san, I want some sign that you haven't forgotten me. That was the crack that ran across my ceramic heart. At last I had to acknowledge that possibility. The possibility that something terrible and dreadfully sad was happening. And I was pretending not to notice. Battler-san makes me yearn for him. Battler-san makes me sad. Battler-san makes it hurt. Battler-san, do you still remember me now? That's all I have to say. And then came the third family conference since Battler-san left. If the number of beds was going to increase, we would be told about that when setting up. Oh no? Oh, okay. Well, the fact that nothing has changed in particular means that he probably won't be here this year either. Clinging to a final bit of hope, I stood by the docks, watching the boat draw closer.
Yo, Shannon-chan. 今年もべっぴんだね。
ほら、エンジェ。足元に気をつけて。
いやあ、シャノン。やっぱり六軒島はいいね。早くクラウスおじさんもリゾート化すればいいのに。
しなくていいわよ。もったいないわ。それもそうね。お久しぶりね、シャノンちゃん。背ちょっと伸びたんじゃない？
ありがとうございます。
今年もいい天気や。こうして親族誰一人欠けることなく元気に揃うのは実にめでたいことや。
それでは皆様、お屋敷にご案内いたします。
So, after all, Battler-san has been so thoroughly forgotten that he might as well not have existed in the first place. The sadness must be showing on my face. Not wanting anyone to see it, I turned my back to the family and led the way up to the mansion. Then, suddenly someone mentioned Battler-san's name and I jumped.
バトラ君に会ったんですか？
元気にしてました？
ええ、元気だったわ。先日エンジを連れてちょっとだけお茶をしてきたの。
I was surprised. So, Kirie-sama was in touch with Battler-san. According to her, the fight between Battler-san and Rudolph-sama had calmed down a long time ago, but both were so stubborn that they hadn't found a good chance to make up. And since Battler-san had gotten used to living with his grandparents and going to school near there, it wasn't going to be easy to get him to come back home, especially considering that the grandparents were adding extra complications.
仕方ないわよ。バトラ君よりアスムさんのご両親の方がお怒りだったと思うもの。もうこの喧嘩はバトラ君とルドルフさん2人だけのものじゃなくなってる。
じゃあバトラはそのうち帰ってくるんですか？
ルドルフさんと仲直りはするけれど、後ろ宮家に帰ってくるつもりはないみたい。仕方ないわ。気持ちもわかるもの。
It was a bit of a relief to hear that some of the bad feeling had died down in these 3 years. Taking Asum-sama's parents into account, it's no surprise that things haven't gone as well as they could. But if Battler-san doesn't hate Rudolph-sama anymore, then someday, surely he'll come back. He'll have grown so much. My resolve will never waver again. For some nights these past 3 years I felt sad and resentful. But now it feels as though those 3 years were something I needed. After all, the seeds of love, the faint feelings I once had for you, have budded powerfully, waiting for the day that we'll be reunited. This is how honest my feelings for you are now. Oof, I love you. Okay. I want to see you again as soon as I can. Until that time, I'll keep the sprout of love warm and growing for you. I won't doubt the coming of that day anymore. Just as I think of you under the same sky, I believe that you are thinking of me. I'm sure this news about him is a sign that God is cheering me on. So I ask God one more time, inside my heart. Since my feelings for Battler-san have not wavered for a day these past 3 years, let me know that he feels the same way. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, yeah. I know that asking for that is a sin. However, now that we've reached a 3-year turning point, I want some gift from God, any gift, to show that I have not waited in vain. That is what I prayed.
そうだ。バトラ君とみんなもずいぶん長く会ってないでしょ？みんなも寂しがってるだろうから手紙を書きなさいって言って書かせてきたのよ。
Huh? Oh no. I can see why you were unknowing earlier. Did God really hear my prayers? The song makes it worse, I guess. I felt as though my heart was going to leap out of my chest.
バトラからの手紙？へえ。あいつ何を書いたんだろう？
彼の近況でも書かれてるのかな。楽しみだね。
Kirie-sama pulled a brown envelope out of her bag and handed it to George-sama. Just one? When George-sama opened it, several folded letters came out.
これは僕宛てみたいだね。一枚一枚宛先が違うみたいだ。はい、こっちはジェシカちゃん。
サンキュ
ー。これはマリアちゃんにだって。読めるかな？
後で読んで聞かせるわ。ありがとう。
エンジェちゃん宛てもあるよ。さすがにまだ読めないよね。
読めるようになったら渡すことにするわ。
こっちは元気で楽しくやってるぜ。だってさ。ならよかったぜ。
The wind is blowing.
全部ですか？
The wind is blowing.
うん、
Yep. We all knew that.
これで全部みたいだね。
Yeah. No surprise there. George-sama handed me the empty envelope. Just to add salt to the wound. Yeah. Apparently, he thanked me because he thought I was offering to throw it away for him. And clearly there was nothing inside it. There was no letter for me.
おやおや、文面を見る限り、バトラ君は随分元気に過ごしてるみたいだね。毎日が充実してるってさ。
私の方にもそう書いてある。楽しく過ごせてるなら、そりゃ結構なことだぜ。
バトラ君たらひどいわね。キリエさんに手紙をかけて促されるまで私たちのことを忘れてたそうよ。
I see. I see. I think the whole point is that there actually wasn't one. At least that's, yeah, the moment it was mentioned I was like, oh yeah, okay, there's not one for, yeah, there isn't, yeah.
バトラ君らしいでしょ。ずいぶん生活が充実してたみたい。学校では女の子にモテモテみたいよ。
へえ、それはすごいね。
バトラは変に気ざったらしくて笑えるとこがあるから、そういうの好きな子もいるだろうな。納得だぜ。
後ろ宮家へ帰ってくるつもりはないのかしらね。
ないみたいだね。僕の方に六軒島に行くことはもうないだろうって書いてあるよ。
はい。Right, I see. People just choose to believe George. It would follow in line a little bit with the sense of jealousy that George had at the way Shannon was interacting with Battler that he mentioned. And yeah, I can see there is a seed that could sprout into this kind of theory. But I do believe that there never having been a letter for Shannon is what fits best. Yeah. The past at least 2-3 streams have been quite the heartache for me too. So if you see me sighing a lot, that's why. I know that all these letters and the things written inside them are trials from God. The absence of a letter for me, the information that he's enjoying life and has forgotten about Rokkenjima, are all just trials upon trials. God is testing me. The fact that I'm the only one without a letter is proof of that. I wanted to believe that, but at last, I couldn't believe any longer.
Anta にとって大切な約束だったかもしれない。それはバトラにとってはそうではなかったらしいな。
そんな、それじゃ迎えに来るという約束は？夢見がちな私の錯覚か。
バトラにとってはちょっとしたカッコつけただけの意味のない言葉だったのかもな。
I mean, I think this is going a little bit too much in the other direction. I don't think they were necessarily meaningless. He likely did think them in some capacity at the time. What a ludicrous story it might seem to an outside observer. That promise with Battler might have been an illusion the whole time. We don't even know if they felt the same way about each other in the first place. Love is an illusion. When both sides see the same illusion, the love becomes true. Interesting. However, when the feelings of each side are different, then it's nothing more than a joke.
これがバトラの罪だ。
約束と誤解させたこと。
違う。え？それを覚えてさえいなかったことだ。
破った約束ならなじることもできる。悔いることも、あるいは取り返すことも。でも覚えてさえいないことは何も問い詰めることができません。バトラさんを憎むことなどできません。バトラさんは約束を破ってさえいないのですから。
ただ初めから約束などなかった。
ただただ悲しいだけの滑稽な物語。
I kept on crying and crying. I dug my fingernails into my pillow, soaking it with my tears. How much easier it would be to hate something. But I can't hate anything. I just couldn't get over my miserable arrogance, which had led me to believe for 3 whole years that he felt the same as I did. All the tears in the chat. All the tears.
わらわが無責任にもバトラが約束してくれたかのようにそなたに吹聴してしまったのだ。いいえ、誰も悪くないんです。私が彼の気持ちも私と同じだと決めつけてしまったから。約束こそバトラはしなかった。しかしバトラの気持ちは決していい加減なものではなかったはず。そなたのそれに比べれば確かに多少の温度差はあろう。しかしそなたのことを好いていたのは間違いない。
I do believe he likely did, in some capacity. At least maybe there was like a budding feeling or something. Because the way it was described, it seemed that he was really into the whole let's chat about mystery novels and I'll bring you novels, and he consistently brought her novels, right? At least that's how I read it. So yeah, it's not like there was absolutely nothing on his side. It's just that things happened, things precipitated, circumstances changed. There was a lot of, in a way, I guess it was quite a traumatic experience for him as well, what happened, so yeah, it kind of... Without reinforcement, without being able to get in contact, then not coming to the family conferences, it kind of... I guess it just melted away in a way, on his perspective, I mean, I don't know. It'd be hard and painful. That's all I got.
それだけは間違いない。もうやめてください。 私が好きなように彼も私を好きだと何の疑いもなく信じてきました。慰めないでください。むしろ嘲笑ってください。
Before I knew it, a dull, inescapable pain had pierced my chest. When I pressed my hand against my chest, I realized what that pain was. It was the bud of love which I had sown the seeds of and raised in my heart. Its roots had spread throughout my chest, tormenting me like a metal wire wrapped around my heart. Rather than roots, they looked more like fissures running through my heart. The only way to kill the pain would be to tear out the roots of love. But no matter how much I clawed at them, it was only my heart that got torn and scratched. The roots of love didn't move at all. If my feelings for Battler-san were to turn to hate, without any lingering interest or regrets, I'd be able to pull out those roots easily. They would probably leave a hole behind, but at least they wouldn't hurt me anymore. But they won't come out. Even though it hurts so much, those roots of love are still stuck in my heart.
Shannon. 私、今もバトラさんのことが大好きです。会いたいです。帰ってきてほしいです。いつかきっと帰ってくると信じて、これからも待ち続けたいのに。でも、もうダメなんです。
As I sobbed, the tightness in my chest grew even stronger. As long as I love Battler-san, that pain will always continue. Because I love him, I want to hold on to that pain forever. Yeah, I understand that statement more than I'd like to admit. But it was written right there in the letters for George-sama and the others. Battler doesn't plan on returning to the Ushiromiya family. He's forgotten about me and Rokkenjima, and has started a new life with a different name. I have to endure all this aching, biting, agonizing pain, and wait forever for someone who will never return.
これも試練なんですか？帰ってこない彼を永遠に待てと神様はそうおっしゃるのですか？無理です。私はバトラさんと一緒にいたいんです。それを願う試練がこれだなんてあまりに辛すぎます。
Beatrice hung her head in shame. If she hadn't encouraged Shannon so much, it probably wouldn't have been this painful. Shannon may have been the one to sow the seed of love in her heart. However, Beatrice had irresponsibly watered it and told Shannon not to give up. Beatrice scratched at her chest, trying to share Shannon's pain. Beatrice mumbled to herself.
あなたに何の咎がありましょうか？
ありもしない約束の幻想を見せ、そなたの3年間を苦しめた。わらわがそなたの恋の目を育まねば、今のそなたはこれほどに苦しまなかっただろう。シャノン、冷酷に聞こえるだろうが聞け。
何でしょう？
バトラを忘れよ。恋の目などもとよりなかったのだ。
いいえ、これは私の育んだ恋の目。どんなに辛くとも 忘れることなどありません。
しかしその痛みにもう耐えることはできないのであろう。
Wordlessly, Shannon held her chest and hung her head. I yearn for Battler. Even now, that feeling burns inside me, and no matter how much it hurts, I can't let it go. I spent 3 years pretending not to notice that pain. Now I know that I feel it. And now that I know, it's unbearable.
バトラへの恋の目を捨てることはできぬか。
はい。
だがそのままでは、その目は、根は、そなたを殺してしまう。人は宇宙を持たねば生きられぬ。そして宇宙は一人では生み出せぬ。2人いるのだ。
宇宙。
そなたは恋の目という宇宙をその片方が欠けたから、そなたの宇宙が壊れたのだ。人は、宇宙は一人では何も成し得ぬのだ。
でも私の宇宙を生み出すもう一人のバトラさんは帰ってきません。
ならばバトラ以外のものと新しい宇宙を生み出すしかない。
バトラさん以外の誰かと生み出すというのですか？
その誰かをわらわが与えよう。
誰かって何ですか？
そなたの心を、傷を埋め癒してくれる存在だ。そやつはそなたを裏切らぬ。そう、そなたの新しい兄弟だ。そなたに弟を与えよ
う。弟？
福音の家で仲の良かった実の弟のように可愛がってきた少年。
I guess I got the answer to my question.
そういう存在をそなたに与えよう。そやつはそなたと2人で新たな宇宙を築くだろ
う。その弟がバトラさんへの恋の痛みを忘れさせてくれるのですか？
そうだ。そなたには宇宙が必要だ。
ではこの胸の恋の目はどうするのですか？私のバトラさんへの気持ちは変わりません。枯れさせることなどできません。
わらわがその目を根を代わりに引き受けよ
う。あなたが？
そなたは恋の痛みを忘れ新しい宇宙を作り直すことができる。恋の目はわらわが代わって引き受ける。わらわは痛みをも引き継ぐことになるが、わらわの持たぬ唯一の元素恋を知ることができる。
Beatrice wanted to know love. She wanted to feel what Shannon had felt in the world of humans.
もしバトラが帰ってくる日が訪れた時、まだこの目が枯れずにいて、そなたが望んだならこの目をそなたに返そう。それならばどうか。
Still hanging her head, Shannon gave a small nod but said nothing. It would mean release from this unbearable pain. and it would mean giving the bud of love to the witch to hold in her place. Shannon spread the hands that she had held to her chest. As she did, a faint light slipped out of her chest and floated in the air, gradually swallowing everything with its brightness. As the brilliant light began to fade away, Shannon and Beatrice, still facing each other, were now inside a vast starry sphere, like a planetarium. They were the only ones in this pitch-black starry sea. Shannon felt as though she had seen this place once before, but she could not remember. Then I made another announcement.
変更。恋の目をシャノンからベアトリーチェに。
This way Shannon won't be tormented by the bud of love anymore. On top of this, so that Shannon can create a new universe, I'll give her a little brother. The backstory for the little brother will be a younger boy at the Gospel House with whom Shannon was close. For a name, let there be the on character, as Gospel House rules state. Yeah, I've decided. That's a perfect name to go with Shannon's. He'll be a quiet, reticent boy. He'll come to Rokkenjima as a new servant. There, he'll establish an immediate rapport with Shannon. As a duty-minded boy who loves Shannon like a big sister, he'll always be there for her. Let's have him be a special servant like Genji, who is permitted to serve Kinzo directly. Yeah, that sounds kinda cool. Then, Beatrice, from now on you will carry the bud of love. In other words, the role of being infatuated with Battler and waiting for his return will go to you. While you are still the witch who reigns over Rokkenjima's night, you have also been waiting for Ushiromiya Battler ever since that day 3 years ago. Along with this change in setting, I'll give you a new form as well. He did tell us what his ideal woman would look like once, remember? A woman with a great figure and long golden hair, like a foreign model. Golden hair, long hair, a great figure. Yeah, something like that. That's what the new Beatrice will look like. Come now, hold that bud of love in your heart as you wait for Battler. You will learn of love at last, and pay the price of pain. Yes, this will be the setting for my new world. For Shannon, a new servant like a little brother will come. He will be a silent, reticent boy. A duty-minded kid who loves Shannon as a sister. Why are we repeating this? And the bud of love that has tortured Shannon will go to the witch, Beatrice. She will just be holding on to the bud of love for the time being. However, while she holds on to it, she will be a maiden in love with Battler. For that time, you will be able to learn what love is. Come, let the world be modified. Oh, I am one, yet many. Awaken us, and stretch your wings in this new world. Okay. And with this new world, we make a save and leave it here for tonight because it's late. And I was waiting for a good moment to leave it. Okay, okay. That's quite enough for one night. I don't know if 2 days are gonna be enough for me to recover from this. Did I make a breakthrough? I was supposed to make a breakthrough? Don't break promises or bad things will happen. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Like witches cackling. Yep. Yep, here we are. Yeah, okay. Very large dose of Umi pain today. Still a blast though. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is why I've been here for all this time, so that's what we're doing. That doesn't mean it's any easy to take it in. So I'm happy they're taking their time with it. And I can stretch it over like the course of many streams. And I get a little bit of time to recover in between. Yeah. I don't necessarily have more thoughts. I've said what I could say throughout the stream. Yeah. At this point, just crying emojis. That's all I have. And a dry throat from reading all of that. But that's okay. I have a fix for that. Not so much a fix for the crying. Just gotta sit with it and feel it. Yeah. Yeah. With that thought, I will leave you for now. Thank you so much for joining and for sharing in the Umi pain with me. Definitely much better when I'm not on my own. I don't know what I would have done with this if I were reading alone, so I can't imagine what that experience is like. I just have all of the resources of empathy that I can summon. I have them for you. Yeah, we'll keep going with the new world that has been changed next time, as per schedule, on Thursday, same time. Until then, take care that night, and I love you all.